it's Lauren. Welcome back to my craft room. Today I am hopping along with Team Tiny for their Under the Sea hop, which is sponsored by 7Kids Craft Store. This is a really awesome store, so head to 7craftkidz.com to check out everything they offer. Not only do they have digital stamps, which I'm going to be featuring today in my video, but they have stamps from Mama Elephant, they have Penny Black, they have Ranger. You can get your Tim Holtz Distress Oxide ink pads from them. And because they're sponsoring this hop, you can get 20% off right now. That is so cool. So check out all the information in my description and head over and check out what they offer and do a little shopping. So the two digital sets we're going to be using today is Pearl and Finn and Bubble Babies. Bubble Babies is so cute. There's this tiny little mermaid baby and she's so cute. I just want to like pinch her little cheeks. So let's get started and I'll show you how I put together my cards. We're going to start off on my computer and then we'll put everything together. I hope you enjoy and don't forget to click subscribe.
The great thing about using digital images for crafting is that you can select what images you want and you're able to modify them to fit your project. You can resize the images. You can also rotate or flip the design to create a mirrored effect. I really like this about my digitals because I can take something, a very large image, and make it a small image, or vice versa. It's also kind of fun to kind of put together what you think your card is going to look like. Give yourself a little template to be able to know how big you want your images to be, where approximately you're going to place them, and you can even print out multiple images at once if you're creating a flat look design. I finished the layout of my two cards, so I'm going to print out these two pages, but first I need to decide which images I want in the background and which images I want separate to glue on or pop up on my card. I do want my sentiment to be flat on the card base, so I am taking my blue boxes that are the approximate size of the cards that I'm making, taking the fill to empty or to no fill, and making the outline of the card in black at a really thin point so I know where to place my dies to keep my sentiment where I want them. My mermaid and all of my ocean pieces are going to be separate because I want to cut them out separate and pop them up in different spots of my cards. So I'm going to remove them from the background rectangles and separate them out so I can use my scan and cut to cut out all my images after I color them. Once my images are all spaced out, I'm going to send these pages to the printer and I'm going to cut out the rectangles using Lawn Fawn stitch rectangles and the Slimline borders. To add some fun to the sentiments, I'm going to use my Minc machine and I picked a really pretty blue foil. I think this will be fun because they are mermaid water scenes and this color just reminds me of something you would see in the ocean. To protect my paper when running my cardstock through the Minc machine, I am using parchment paper. I'm cutting pieces to the size of the cardstock and then cutting some holes where the sentiments are, and I'm going to place the foil above the hole so it adheres to the sentiment. I do this because I want to protect my cardstock from any ink that may have transferred into the transfer sheet, and I don't want to get the ink, like for example of the rock, onto my transfer sheet to affect other cards. This way my paper stays protected and my transfer folder doesn't get damaged. I've colored all my images using coloring pencils and ran them through my brother's scan and cut to have each image individually cut. We're going to speed things up as I make my background for my Slimline card. I'm distressing the background in Broken China Distress Oxide because I think this is the perfect color for water, and because of the capabilities of Distress Oxide, we can create kind of a bubble watery look using water splashed onto the ink. I also mixed in some Fawn liquid Stardust because I think every ocean scene, well, every card I have needs some type of shimmer. I want to create an ocean floor, so I'm figuring out which dye from the Slimline dyes I want to use to create my sand or the ocean floor of my card. I'm distressing the craft paper with some brown sugar ink by Stampin' Up! Just to give it some texture and design. Now that my background is done, I want to figure out where I'm going to put all of these images for my card. I used a slightly smaller stitched rectangle than I had planned, so I need to make sure my cute little mermaid fits, and I wanted to include all of my fun shells and creatures. So I wanted to make sure everything had a place before I started gluing my card together. I'm going to slow down the speed a little so that way you can see where everything is placed. I hope you enjoy how this card comes together. I really loved how this sweet card turned out. I think it would be great for a new baby or maybe a little girl's birthday party, something with a mermaid or nautical theme. For my second card, I have a background already colored in with color pencils, but I wanted to add a little bit of color behind where I'm going to place my mermaid. I didn't like that it was really white behind the rock, so I used some Pool Party color from Stampin' Up! To color in a little bit behind the mermaid just to make sure that it had dimension and color. I wanted to keep this card a little more simple, so I'm popping up my mermaid to make it look like she's sitting on the rock in the ocean and wishing you hugs and splashes with a cute little pouty lip like she's blowing a kiss. I decided on a blue background and wanted to pop it up because I just think having dimension on the card is really important and just gives it a fun look compared to a flat card. And since I can't have a card without some type of bling, I'm going to add a few of these light blue sequins just around her hair just to give a little bit of shimmer to the card. I love how cute this little mermaid turned out. I think this would be a great card to give to someone just to say hello or that you're thinking of them, or as a thank you card for a really sweet friend. I really hope you enjoyed watching me put together these very cute cards using the Pearl and Finn and Bubble Babies digital stamps sets from 7 Kids Craft Store.